Hi, I'm Susan Yoder with American Dream TV. And if you find yourself walking to the beat of a different drum, you might want to check out the church studio. I had no idea this place was here. There is so much culture here. I love it. You will not be disappointed.
Ronnie Carlson.
Susan Yoder.
Nice for being here.
I am so excited to hear all about this.
Oh, you're gonna hear a lot.
Are you gonna give
You're
me
gonna be
the floor?
sick of me when it's over. So, welcome. We call this neighborhood Studio Row.
Okay.
There's multiple studios in a small area, which is where we got the name. It's sort of part of the Pearl District. So you have Tea Garden Studios over there. He was the drummer for Bob Seger, multi-Grammy Award winner.
Yes.
We have a podcast studio behind this building. There's also an acting studio with a very well-known actor named Cody Mayo, and then a music studio, all connected.
This is
Neighborhood.
such a fun little area.
It is.
You can feel the vibe just driving in.
Yeah, so we own a lot of the real estate in the neighborhood, and sort of the idea is to, of course, this being the anchor tenant, we want a really fun experience when artists record here. So good restaurants and nightlife. This is our newest building that we're overhauling over there. There's gonna be a restaurant, a museum, and we're looking at a music store. That's one thing that we're missing in the neighborhood. The church itself was built in 1915. This is the new part that was added. And you can see this stone, it's called permastone, that was added in 1953. It's not original to the building. So in 1953, they wanted to change the look of it, but they actually ran out of money. So only half of the building is done. You can see the original brick in the back.
Oh, yeah.
So that's originally the way the whole church looked. Another cool thing about the church is that this was Tulsa's first integrated church. All races were worshiping in this building back in 1915. They famously had a song that said, "Hello, all are welcome" on the outside, which is really cool. We love that part of our history. It was a Methodist Episcopal church before they separated. After Leon had it, the tribes rented part of it, and so it was a drug rehab facility. And a young Wes Studi was a patient at the time, did his first acting lesson in this building. He's a super famous indigenous actor, Dancing with the Wolves, Avatar.
Yeah.
So he was here. And then after that, you had the Ripley heirs, Steve Ripley from the Tractors. He was also an instrument pioneer, inventor, really amazing guy. But during his tenure, you had Michael Bolton, Jimmy Buffett, Hanson. So it's been doing cool things since 1915.
Wow.
So this is the gallery where we have some of our archive pieces. I want to point this out. This will show really nice on camera, I think. It was made at the Discovery Lab. It's 600 individual steel rods, and together make up the silhouette of the church. It especially looks great on camera, kind of flattens it out. Welcome to the studio. This is where all the magic happens, as they used to say on MTV Cribs. This is also where the church service was, but the studio as it stands now was designed by Steve Durr, who's Neil Young's sound engineer. This was used by Jamie Oldacre. He was a drummer for Eric Clapton for a long time. That's a custom-made piano for Dan Fogelberg. And we have 4 different ISO rooms, every microphone you can imagine. We have our gear list is, if you go to our website, go to the studio tab, you can see our gear list is to die for. It's extremely extensive. We have a lot of obscure pieces too, but this is one of the best sounding rooms in America. Bob Dylan did record here. We love that. This is one of his more famous albums. It's very critically acclaimed, but he's sitting in front of a soundboard. That's the exact soundboard that we have upstairs. It's been used by Emmylou Harris, Neil Young, U2, John Lennon, Red Hot Chili Peppers. This is the album that we made last year that got a Grammy.
Really?
So we were actually nominated twice, different projects we worked on. but this one was.
Swinging live at the church in Tulsa.
And this was a really cool moment because Taj Mahal, one of the greatest blues players of all time, was here back in the 70s. And then he coming back home to do this album and then to get a Grammy was sort of a full circle, beautiful moment.
That's amazing. There is so much culture here. There is so much history here. If you are in the area, you will not be disappointed if you make a trip to the church studios. Wow. Wow. Tulsa has a lot to offer.